The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Ej. Dobar ste vi tu tako v družbi prijeta, pa se šuti tamo.
Kaj hoče?
Ne, da se šuti pravim, da se ti. A pa šuni, ali lahko da to jedin jaz tam.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Bože, kar mi odgovara. Dobar te... Matjaž, jesi ti slišao?
Kaj?
Noć. Carry on.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Eri, dobar skank si tu prinesel.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Moj govor, hva, uno, tis, trete.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Ej, Matjaž, pa dobranac.
Kaj valja?
Dobar te ugasno. Diga, že keš.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Točno znanjam. Če bi šla sama pa plačala začite, bi že imela.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Ali vidiš, da te zabavam, Indijance. Glavno džabamo.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, My mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Aha. Bok, stas.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no
God
idea what was behind that door.
Ej, Vidmen,
Why? Why?
grem pogledat.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna
Why?
lead.
Kaj tako je tebe?
December
Ja, da
13th,
spreverila je nakazala.
1947. Dear Diary,
Da nisem še
I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without
A
dinner.
možeš ti špila još
I woke up and I was starving,
So
so I looked around for something to eat.
Te tu vprašaj Arta, če da ne hodam džabe na to. Mogu vpraš ga, a misliš, da ne smeš kaj?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Kaj bo včeraj?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to
Matjaž,
sleep.
usnija te isko.
I kept eating and eating.
Kaj bo zdaj s to informacijo?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Matjaž, jebote dokumentarcu Šupak, jesi čuo?
Kaj?
To što si čuo?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Ne, sam pač
It was a
jebote
barn swallow
dokumentarc.
going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Grbe?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Pa ladno.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. clean up and seen mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. So hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly was rusty, his belly was rusty.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. all my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house. 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Odin Finch, is the first to be buried in the new. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom... I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a... One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.